So I think for me, I had a conversation with Amrita in December, which was completely unrelated to any of this. I've been a doctor and a healer, physical healer for the last so many years. And the last couple of years with the pandemic has been very difficult for people in my profession, but also for me personally in my life. And I was talking to Amrita about something to do with her health. And I said, I'm looking for something and what do you think I should do? And she said, look, why don't you just do this course? I had no idea what coaching was. I actually went and Googled coaching because I had no idea what life coaching was. I'd never been exposed to it. And I just, I looked at what Amrita pointed me towards and she sent me your book, Leon. I literally read one chapter and I signed up. I literally had no idea what I was signing up for. And when the classes started, I think it took me a couple of classes to really understand and get into the groove. But what I really found was that even before starting the practices, the way you took us through them in the foundation course, there was a shift already emerging from just the presence of the cohort and your and Amrita's presence. And again, at the end of foundation, I was a little confused because I did want to go ahead with a profession in coaching. And I wasn't sure if I should do some straightforward courses that took me to ICF. I spoke to Amrita and she wouldn't make the choice for me. She put all the pros and cons in front of me and she said, you decide what you want to do. And the day I signed up for mastery, she calls me and she says, this is exactly what I wanted you to do. So I said, look, if you had just told me that, I would have done it, without going through all the introspection that I did. But I think for me, the most important learning has been, I've always believed that strength is really important. I need to be strong for everyone around me. I need to do things that denote strength. Learning to be vulnerable, especially with this peer group, learning to actually open myself up without putting any conditionality to displaying strength, but finding courage in that vulnerability, like Charika said, I think that's been a huge learning for me. And I mean, I think it was quite evident because it took me till the last session to really open up in front of the class. I was still like holding back. And, so many people reached out to me after the last session. And it's been wonderful, Leon. I don't even think I can put it in words. Every time I pick up the phone and talk to Amrita, no matter what else we're talking about, I veer around to this cohort and this class and you. And, even when I heard your feedback on the coaching session, I actually opened the book when you were going through the practice by practice. I was like reading the book as well to see and connect what you were doing. And of course, the cohort, I've reached out to so many of you personally. You've reached out to me when you think I've needed help. And it's just been, I've been part of many, many learning circles, first my entire medical journey. And in my life, I've been a bit of a learning junkie. I've done so many courses outside of my career. So I've done broadcasting, I've done screenwriting, I've worked in the social sector. So I've done social leadership, but with no other cohort and with no other learning leaders have I felt the deep connect that I feel here, the connect that feels like this is not a matter of a few months, but this is a connection for life. And I really want to thank all of you for that. This marks a kind of epoch in my life. I feel there's pre DCI and now there's going to be a life post DCI, which I see as very transformational and different. And I think I have a long way to go, but I'm just reminded of the Robert Frost poem, which says, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. And I think in my early 50s, to just get that sort of feeling of embarking on something so wondrous, this entire cohort, this and foundation has been so responsible for it. And Leon, I just cannot thank you enough for it. Nor can I thank you, Amrita, and all of you wonderful souls. Thank you so much.